Salute, peace, world. Assalamu alaikum, salam, peace and power to everybody throughout the globe on the planet, wherever you may be at, wherever you from, whatever time zone you in, whatever country you in. Welcome. And I want to thank everybody for their support, for the comments, for the feedback. I appreciate it. So what I'm gonna do today is it's not that I'm against anyone, anywhere. I'm just with God. I'm gonna say that again. It's not that I'm against anyone from anywhere. I'm just with God. Meaning, I'm looking to do from what I understand is the correct thing in God's sight. I know that I'm not perfect, and I know God didn't make me perfect, but I could perfect things like being with God. I could perfect that. I could walk that straight line. I ask God questions on a daily basis, and God give me answers. Notice I didn't say God answered me. However, God give me answers though. I'm gonna say that again. I ask God questions on a daily basis. I'm not saying that God answers me, but God give me answers. So I can have solutions because problems don't exist. Solutions and remedies do. That's why I'm with God. So I can have a solution and a remedy and X out how I feel, X out how I want to handle it, and handle it the way that God see best, the way that God see fit. And whoever is not with that, peace and power to them. But I'm doing it the way God see fit. I'm doing it the way God say handle it. And to the whole universe, to the whole world, that could be wrong. I'm not mad at that. I'm just doing it the way God is aligned for me to get it done. And if it's wrong in God's sight, God gonna deal with me. But for anybody else out there that wants to deal with me, talk to God about it. Let's see if he'll answer. I don't want to deal with people. I deal with God. So when something appears to be off, I deal with God. And God will align me and straighten me out. However God gonna chastise me, I'm ready to deal with that. Before another human being or a man or a woman look to chastise me and they say they truly, truly believe in God, I just pray that God have mercy on their soul and mine. Because I'm not gonna criticize and look to chastise anyone. And I know I'm not God. See, I understand that through and through. I get that. So I'm not gonna be crying, oh, I believe in God, I believe in God. But I'm still doing things that I know that God don't approve of. I know that. I'm not gonna let people that don't even accept God or approve of God to criticize me. And if they do, I'm just not gonna say anything. Just not gonna say anything. Because since God has revealed who he really is to me, I don't have to reveal who I am to anybody except for God. I'm playing by the set of rules that God has set forth for me. That's the set of rules I'm abiding by, not the rules of the world, because God was here before the world, and God will be here after the world. So why am I paying attention to those set of rules? Well, the governor said, what the mayor said, what the president said, God said. I'm paying attention to what God said. Because when God speaks, I'm thankful I'm one of the people that's listening. I'm appreciative when God speaks, I can hear him. Because you hear with your ear, but you listen with your brain. I'm going to say that again. When God speaks, I'm listening. And I'm thankful when God speaks, I can hear him. So that means I'm listening, first of all. That means my mind, my body, and my soul is connected every time God says something. But I also hear when God speaks. That's through the wind. That's through the sun. That's through the plants. That's through the animals. That's through the oceans. That's through the seas. I hear that. But I'm listening when God talks. And I'm thankful that when God speaks, I can hear. I'm thankful when God make a move, I can see. I'm thankful when God say, you gonna go left right now, I'm gonna go left. When God say, you gonna go right, I go right. When God say, just continue straight, I continue straight. I'm thankful when God give me direction, I can follow it. And ain't no navigation on. And I ain't got no compass either. But I can follow the direction that God has set forth. Because I understand what it's like to be with God and to be for God. But it's a whole nother level when God start to be for you. When God start to be with you. Like I said, I'm for God and I'm with God. But it's a whole new level when God start to be for you and with you. Now you really get to see how many people really accepting God, how many people really listening to God. Now you get to see that. Now you get to understand that. Because I've been there when I have no food. And God, like, don't worry about it. I'm going to get you something to eat. And I didn't question what it would be or what it wouldn't be. I was thankful it was food. It could have been somebody else's scraps. It was food. It could have been something somebody else didn't want. It was for me. That's all. I think back when I didn't have clothes. Then I started to get clothes. In the very beginning, I questioned it. Man, I don't want this. And then God spoke to me. And I had to listen. And God was like, you say you need the clothes. That's clothes. Oh, I get it. You wanted the clothes you wanted. But I make this happen. These are the clothes that I align for you. And if you don't want the clothes that I align for you, then you won't have clothes at all. You will have nothing. Oh, that's what you had before you was listening to me, before I had my hands on you and in your life. So I had to accept that. And the more I accept it, when God said, here goes some clothes, here goes some food, I stopped worrying about, man, this ain't the food I wanted. Man, this ain't the clothes I wanted. This ain't the apartment I wanted. This ain't the woman I wanted. This ain't the books I wanted. I had to accept that it was food. I had to accept that it was clothes. I had to accept that it was a woman. I had to accept that if I didn't want to be in the rain, I wasn't getting wet no more. It's not about where I was at. I'm not getting wet. I had to accept that I didn't want to be in the heat. It wasn't about where I was at. I just wasn't in the heat no more. I wasn't in the cold no more. So that's what I mean when God speak. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative that I can listen, that I can also hear, that I can see. God doesn't bless everybody with those powers, with that strength to be able to listen when he speaks, to be able to hear what he has to say, to be able to have the vision to see what he's saying. So I accepted, and I was like, it don't even matter. As long as I got some clothes, I'll be thankful. And now that's where I'm at in my life. And the clothes or the food ain't how it used to be. It ain't someone else's scraps or pantry food any longer. It's a full course meal. It's a feast. It's brand new clothes. It's brand new shoes. It's tailor-made suits. And I'm not saying this in a bragging or boasting way. I'm saying it because this is how God has ordained it for me. Again, I'm not saying that to be braggadocious. I'm saying that that's how God has ordained it for me. Because I had to learn how to accept. When I asked for it, I had to accept it the way God wanted me to have it and the way God wanted to give it to me. And when I learned how to do that, God made things much more easier for me. And I thank God for that. Because like I said, it was a point where I was homeless outside. And I just said, I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be in the rain. I don't want to be in the snow. I don't want to be in the heat. And God, man, said, okay, go to this shelter right here. Go do this. Go stand on that pantry line. They may give you outdated food, but don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure you don't get sick. But in the process, you got something to eat. And as long as you be thankful, you never curse me, you never curse that food, you never curse the people who gave it to you or the people who provided it, watch what I do. And I learned how to not do that. And I say, man, I don't want this right here. This is outdated. I don't want this old rice. I don't want these old beans. I don't want this old steak or chicken or fish or whatever it was or beef or whatever. I don't want this. This gonna make me sick. This is outdated. The date say the 28th and it's already the 2nd. This is old. I don't want this. I don't want these clothes. I don't know who had this on. These clothes stink. Once I started eating the food, God, like, all right, remember that clothes you got? Okay, now I'm gonna put you in a position where them clothes can get cleaned and washed. Now I'm gonna put you in a position where they can get ironed and pressed. And now somebody said, yeah, that shirt is nice. And me listening to God, oh, now I got this from the church. Oh, now when I was doing bottles and cans, somebody gave me this. Now, one day I was, doing my dumpster diving and found all these clothes in a bag in a dumpster. I guess God made sure it was there for me because I had to understand when God got his hand, in your life, how to accept that. And I'm so thankful that I did. I'm thankful that God has awoken me because I was in a trance. I was sleepwalking, like the shows they show you on TV, like The Walking Dead. I was like that. That's why vision don't mean anything to me. But I know everything God showed me never tells me lies to my vision. I can see it clear as day. I can even see it clear as day in the night. That's how strong God is. That's the power of God. Being able to see things that nobody else could see. Being able to listen to things that nobody else could listen to. Being able to pay attention to things that nobody else could pay attention to. Being able to have patience with things that nobody have patience with. Being able to love people even though they hate you, even though they hate themselves. Being able to be humble, modest, and sincere. And people don't believe that someone can be that modest or that sincere or that humble. But that's the power of God. Again, I'm not against anyone or anything. I'm just with God. And like I always say, you want to take this journey with me? Like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. And if you don't want to take the journey, don't recommend, not interested. Peace and power. Peace and power. This has been another episode. Display righteousness, direct results. Thank God. Peace, world.